In YGPC. It has been a long time, as usual. I've said that before. I'm slow to put stuff out. Today I'm in my mobile, I don't know which one to call it, studio. I'm doing like Uncle Phil there, who's always recording his car, it seems. That's what I'm doing today. You're going to be hearing the air conditioner over everything, because I am in Louisiana, if you don't know. And it is always hot and humid here in Louisiana. And so I needed some AC this time. I couldn't just sit in my the throne room that has no AC or anything. So here I am. Has a lot been going on. Woo, woo. Well, we thought the COVID thing was nuts, right? Now we got riots and looters. Some of the things I'm going to save this time around, people may not like. So before I get into that, I want to mention something. That cop who killed that man was George Floyd. The cop, he deserves to go to prison with all his little buddies. What he did was wrong. You don't do that to a man. He was detained. He was handcuffed. You didn't need to do that. Okay? And you know what? He got charged. He was fired, arrested, and charged with murder. So justice is being done. And we all agree with that as far as I know. Now, here's some of the things you might not like. And I'm going to, before I get into my little rant, I'm going to make it simple here at the beginning. If you support Black Lives Matter, you support a terrorist organization. And you can unsubscribe and stop listening all you want, because I don't want that kind of people around anyway. If you support Antifa, you support a terrorist organization. And you don't need to be around here either. If you support looting over this issue, if you support the rioting that's going on, the violence, and what I've seen so far, violence against not only blacks, but whites too, you can leave too. There's no reason for that. Justice is being done. There's no reason to destroy communities. There's no reason to put your proverbial knee onto the proverbial or metaphorical neck of the innocent communities that you're in and kill those communities. None whatsoever. You people are making racists more powerful. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're helping racists. And you are standing on the grave of this Mr. George Floyd to do it. What do you mean? Well, I'll tell you what I mean. The no good racists who would say blacks are nothing but animals, right? They're going to point to this and say, see, told you. You're giving them more power. You're giving them more validity. And on top of that, the places you're burning and destroying are places that employ people to make a living, to have a better life. And that's to say nothing about the small businesses you destroyed who are trying to make it better. I saw a video of a black man yelling at the protesters about how he came out the ghetto and was trying to make it, and you people destroy my stuff. It's sickening. It's disgusting. You know what else is aggravating? How y'all are forcing everybody to talk in terms of race. You have to say, well, the black community, the white community, the black, the white, black men, white men, so forth and so on. Why can't they just be human beings? Period. A human being was murdered on camera. Period. Not a black man by a white man. A human being made in God's image. That should be enough. I don't want to talk statistics about, well, technically, a white person's more likely to be killed by a cop than a black person is. I don't want to have to pull that out, because once again, that's white-black. We're comparing it, and I don't want to compare it. What I want is for human beings to be treated as human beings. I saw one person say that, well, I'm white, therefore I can't talk about how the blacks are reacting, this kind of thing. Excuse me, are they not human? Are you human? Then you can have an opinion about it, can't you? There is a right way and a wrong way to go about things that's universal. I tell you what, you want to burn stuff down, destroy stuff? Go to Planned Parenthood. Because they've been targeting black babies for decades. I don't see all over there. In fact, there's more justification for that than what you're doing now. White people don't hate you. Systematic racism does not exist. Are there racists? Yes, there always will be with us. There will always be racists in the world. It is not systematic. It's not built into the system of the United States that where black people are targeted. Sorry, no matter what the left tells you, it's not there. I, as a white person, have nothing to apologize for. Nothing. I have no reason to get on my knees before any man and say I'm sorry for something. And if you think, well, no, because slavery, well, then guess what? Go to Africa and have them kneel before you and apologize. Because you know what? It was black Africans who put other blacks into slavery to sell them to Europeans. And then I want an apology too, because you know what's in my bloodline? Jew. I have Jewish blood in me. On my father's side. And the Jewish people went through hell too in history. Do I deserve an apology now? No, because that's BS. It's stupid. It's victimhood. I'm a Roman Catholic. I can pull out story after story about how Roman Catholics are being murdered and persecuted around the world. Hell, I can even point out persecution in this country. In the past, it was Irish and Catholics need not apply. But even modern day, I can point out stories of Catholics being mocked, our faith being devalued. The unfair comparison or accusation of pedophile priests. Unfair in the sense that they don't say that about public schools, which happens way worse. They don't look at the percentages of that. I'm not denying that it happened. I'm just saying that it happens a lot more in other places that no one talks about. But when you bring up the word Catholic, oh, it's a big joke and everyone wants to mock it. Everyone wants to attack all the priests. Should I riot? Should we burn stuff down? No, that's stupid. It's wrong. Everyone agreed that what happened to that George Floyd guy, everything agreed. It was wrong, it was evil, the cops were fired and arrested. What more do you want? It's not like this is happening every day. At least, well, I'm not going to be going into the statistics about who gets it worse than the others. And we all have bad experience with the cops. All of us, every single one of us. There's always that one cop you're going to run into. I've had cops pull up to my house, surround my house, and pull out their ARs and shotguns because someone had said that they heard shots fired. And they weren't too nice to me when they were discovering the truth. Big misunderstanding. They weren't They didn't go, oh wait, he's white. Hold on, everybody. Drop him. It's okay. Hey, Neil, how you doing? Screaming in my face, cursing me. And I didn't get an apology when they found out there was that nothing happened. And they had to pack up and go home. People are being lied to. They're being told that they're victims. That they're given these false ideas that they're being targeted and this kind of thing and blah, 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 blah. I don't know where you get the information from, but it's wrong. Look around. And I ain't no rich person either. I grew up in poor neighborhoods, in the apartments around minorities. It's ridiculous. But of course, none of that's going to matter to anyone who's got it in their head that, well, I support Black Lives Matter. They don't support Black Lives. Black Lives don't support Black Lives. Like I said, as a movement, Black Lives Matter is a terrorist group. It's a hate group. Just look at their website and check out their What About section. Read all the way down to the bottom where it talks about destroying the nuclear family. Destroying the West. And what bugs me is that, like I said, I had a friend tell me about, well, as a white person, I can't tell black people what to do and this kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. You have male gynecologists telling women how to treat their body. What's the difference here? It's one human being talking to another human being. I don't need to experience every little thing they experience in order to have a correct, intelligent opinion about it. What is this, well, I'm not in their shoes thing? Well, then stop thinking and turn your brain off at that point. Don't say anything about anything, about any time. Unless you yourself have experienced exactly that. And even if you were that person is still going to experience that specific thing in a different way than you do. So, once again, you still can't say anything about it, can you? Now we're into relativism, which is just stupidity. It's self-contradicting, self-defeating. Sorry for that. I had to pause it. My wife had to get something for me. But yeah, all those groups, they're no good. Antifa, BLM, they're no good. Now, if you listen this far, I should also want to add, does that mean everybody who was protesting was violent and evil? No. I don't believe that. I mean, I don't know what they want by protesting. I mean, like I said, the cops in question are charged. They didn't get away with anything. But that's fine. You still want to protest, you go ahead and protest. I don't have to understand it necessarily. What I'm talking about is the destruction they've done, the burning and everything of communities. They're hurting innocent people for no reason, really. They're doing it because they want TVs and shoes. That's all. That's all it's about. Just like the retired cop they murdered on the street. And this isn't about a race thing, because guess what? White people were killed too, and previously by cops, and no one rioted or anything. So this isn't a race thing. This is an anarchy thing. It's wrong. It's just wrong. And I'm sick and tired of seeing commercials and whatnot supporting BLM. Disney Junior had a Black Lives Matter commercial. My kids don't need to see that. Especially when it's coming from, it's supporting a hate group. You gotta be kidding me. What is this world coming to? This is what happens when we destroy the family. And we normalize immoral behavior. When we normalize homosexual activity. When we normalize immorality. I could I'll continue listing things, but you know what? What's the point? I'm just going to get people more and more ticked off at me. It's not all in the homosexuals. It's just one example I'm using, okay? So don't get that in your head either. I'm talking about immorality in general. It's become normal. We expect our kids to have sex outside of marriage at young ages. We go, well, stuff happens. We expect our kids to be into pornography, masturbation, all these different sins. We expect it of them. We go, well, it's just normal now. And we think it doesn't have anything, that doesn't affect their brains, their outlook on life, their worldview. We've built hedonism into our culture now. Secularism, modernism, all the isms. I wanted to end this on a positive note, but my Bible's in my inside. But John 3 is what I was reading, the letter of John. Talking about how we're supposed to treat each other. How the tongue is a fire, right? That causes problems, burns things down. And you watch what we say and how we talk to each other. Also, and I think it was Hebrews 4 as well, talks about treating each other as brothers. We don't do that anymore. We don't do it anymore. I saw one commercial that said the key is education. No, I think the key is family. The key is, once again, rebuilding the family. And from that, you have education and everything else. But you got to get the family right. 2-parent homes, okay? Not one parent, both parents have to work while the kids are put into these education camps we call schools. No. One parent working that's making enough to take care of their homes, to take care of their family, while the other one is forming the children. And don't you dare belittle that as being barefoot and pregnant. No, you are forming souls for eternity. You're forming the world by forming those children. It's not to be belittled. And that's the problem. There's no one forming the children anymore. Children are looked at as accessories at best. You got your two, you got a boy and a girl, that's all you need, you're done. It's not what marriage is about. Marriage is about having children. If you don't want any more children, you stop having sex. You don't take birth control. You don't rip out your organs and everything. You know, you don't tie your tubes, this kind of stuff. The point of marriage is to foster children, new souls. And if you're not willing to do that, don't get married, or stop having sex at least, because that's not the point of it. It's a whole nother issue. It's going to get on other people's skin. Anyway, I'm not even sure you can hear me too well because of the air blowing. You're probably hearing more of that than me talking. Anyway, it's going to get darker before it gets brighter. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Stop putting off returning to God, I'll tell you that much. Not generic God, Jesus Christ. The Holy Trinity. And whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, I gotta tell you, the fullness of truth lies in the Holy Catholic Church. Not its members, okay? Not necessarily its leaders, because its leaders are doing a lot of bad stuff right now that I will not defend. And I'll happily condemn. but the doctrines, the teachings of Jesus Christ, its fullness is found there. I know not all y'all are Catholic, and you're not going to like that. That's fine. You can disagree, but as a Catholic, I'm going to bring that up. You know, I can't just not, you know, because it's important to know. And the way I relate is this: is if you are not a Catholic, say you're Baptist or Protestant, whatever, I'm sure you feel that, well, whatever church you're in is the fullness of the truth, you know, and you, of course, are going to tell people that. Well, as a Catholic, I'm going to say it because I know the truth is and know what I believe. And if you don't like it, that's fine. You can disagree. Anyway, I guess we'll sign off here. Figure out why my pipe is gurgling. Got something going on there. It's not staying lit. Maybe because I'm talking too much. Anyway, be safe. Hey, lock and load too, because if these scumball cops get off because they wanted to give them a higher charge instead of just sticking with third degree, if they somehow can't prove their case and they get off, I'm believing there's going to be some kind of war going on with race war or whatever. There's going to be another riots and this kind of thing worse than it was. So I hope y'all get ready to protect yourselves because the cops ain't going to do it. All right, take care. God bless. Be grateful and thankful. Even in these dark days, we got to remember to be grateful to God for everything we have. And also because He's all we got to rely on in the end. So, take care.